expensive properties only grow in value. So this is a misconception that everyone that thinks, oh, you can only chase growth in high expensive areas because they've been performing for so long and they're going to continue that trend. Now, let's just say that these expensive or highly expensive markets are, can be overpriced or overinflated over time. And there's things that are not driving that market anymore compared to when they first started, when they had significant growth in the first 5 years. Now, this is something that I wanted to do a video on, and think that cheap properties don't grow in value. They only produce good yields, and that's all they're good for, which is the misconception. And some of these markets that I'm going to reveal today, some of the markets that we've purchased in for our clients and have achieved the results moving forward. Now, people think that high growth locations close to the CBD, your Melbournes, your Sydneys, your Brisbanes, close to the CBD, an 8-kilometer ring around the CBD, you're going to get significant growth, and that's the psychological approach that we've been brainwashed or been have been inflicted on us since we were kids, just because if we're born from the city, we've seen what's happened in the past. There's no science behind it. There's no evidence. There's nothing to back that statement that is being told by generation after generation, or from parents or friends or people from the barbecue. It's just basing off just looking around what's happened in the past and thinking it's going to happen again. Now, not everything is treated equally. Everything happens for a reason and at different times of the markets. Now, I'm going to show you some markets that, like I said, we've purchased for some clients. And so these are affordable markets with great producing yield, but not just that, they're in low affordable markets that 99% of Australians can purchase these investment properties, being on a $60,000 income per year. And I'm talking gross. Even if you're at a $40,000 income per year, you can purchase these properties because they're highly affordable. Now, these are some of the best property markets in Australia at the moment. Now, Toowoomba, we've bought a lot of property there for our clients. Toowoomba's got it's got a median house price of $435,000. The last 12 months, it grew 35%, nearly 36% in the year, which is crazy. Now, this is not a Melbourne or Sydney market. This is one of the big regional towns in Queensland. Orange, one of the best regional towns in New South Wales, $530,000 median house price. It grew 21% last year. So, and as we can see, we've got Salisbury, which is north of Adelaide, near the CBD, probably 10 k's out from the CBD, $352,000. It's classified as, your rough, it's equivalent to maybe your Broadmeadows here in Melbourne. It has grown 11% this 12 months, and it's going to produce probably even double that by the next 12 months moving forward. We've got Shepparton, Victoria, a regional town in Victoria, $343,000 median house price, grew over 18% last year. And the last one is Burnie in Tasmania, which is $358,500 of a median house price, and grew nearly 18% in the last 12 months. So these are some markets, and I've picked one from, a few of the best performing states in Australia. And these are some of the markets that, thinking that, you can only chase growth in, your Melbourne, your Sydney CBDs, 10 k's from the CBD, which is a misconception. Some of the best markets in Australia are regional markets. And it has been for a very long time. The last 5 years, regional have outperformed capital cities. Now, I'm not saying there's markets in markets. Now, there's some markets in Melbourne, CBD, are performing quite well, have grown, more than 20%, 30%. And then, of course, there's some that haven't even grown more than 10% as well. So this is showing you at an affordable level, getting in at that small price range, that you can achieve that capital growth that people think you cannot achieve. Like I said, we've purchased a lot in a few of these places here that I've mentioned already, and for our clients. And this is something that, if you do the right fundamentals and you use the right analysis, and depending on your personal situation, you can get the same result, if not even better, purchasing in these towns, that not over borrowing in your maximum borrowing capacity, not over leveraging yourself, putting yourself in danger by borrowing at your maximum or borrowing at a high LVR. These are things that you can, reap the reward of your benefits of, using a buyer's agent or using a specialist or professional in this industry, it's going to help you get this result. Like I said, these are some of the markets, and you can tell by the medium house price, it's quite affordable markets that, you're not going to, and I'm talking houses here. I'm not talking units. Purchasing a house, or, in the close to the CBD of Melbourne or Sydney or even Brisbane, you're not going to be looking at these price ranges. You're going to be looking at, 800 plus, 900, a million above. So these are houses, and these are what they've grown in the last 12 months. And some of these markets are just start taking off, and they're going to produce even more. So just want to, unravel this, thinking that, these cheaper markets only produce good yield. You can have both of best worlds. So you can have your cash flow and you can have your equity. Both of them growing growing every single year, producing a positive cash flow, producing income in your pocket, not just that, producing a large amount of equity every single year. And this comes down to the fundamentals. So I just want to do this video to give you a bit of clarity and understanding about what markets can do that are in an affordable price range.